Thanks for stopping and listening. When I was a younger man, I was stationed in Germany, about 20 miles from the Rhine River at a hospital. And the Rhine River was a very large, deep, swift, ice cold river. And if you didn't live there, you wouldn't be aware of the swiftness of the current because it's deceptively smooth on the top. That's similar to when I grew up in the Pacific Northwest. Many rivers there were the same. They weren't as wide. Columbia River might be an example, but some of the smaller rivers were not as wide, but they were deep, and they were deceptively smooth on the top, and they were dangerous. Because even though it looked like it was something you could swim across very easily, it wasn't. It was swift, it would pull you, and you'd be stuck in that current with that ice cold water. And then if you got snagged up under the brush, it would not be a happy outcome. So we learned to stay away from that water. That was just a wise thing to do. We learned it by seeing it and recognizing it. Even when I was a young child, I realized that. Well, what's that got to do with the Rhine River? Sometimes we get into situations like this young man who decided that he was the best swimmer ever after spending some time at a party. And despite everybody's attempt to try to talk him out of doing something foolish, he tried to swim the Rhine River. And that didn't work out well. So what's the point? The point is, in life, we face those types of decisions we have to make. We look out and we see this issue and it looks smooth, it looks easy, and we have the skill set for it. We don't sometimes consider what's underneath. What is the consequence of the behavior? What's going to happen if I make this decision? And sometimes we get ourselves into quite a predicament. And we have to suffer the consequences of that behavior sometimes. And it's generally not pretty. So what's the answer? The answer is having the ability to make that decision by being led by God. And you say that's just too simple, Louis. It is simple. Trusting God to give you the decision, praying to God that He'll answer you and give you the wisdom you need to do what you need to just make those decisions. So that you don't do like that young man. You don't swim across the Rhine River believing you have the ability to do so, and you've not considered what lies beneath. Let God instruct you on what's underneath so you can make the wise decision and follow what He's telling you to do.